Hi, this is Septimus Spratt. I'm Frank Thayer's assistant. Now, you've already heard from Frank. Frank is an older gentleman, not that tech literate, and he's asked me to fill in today for him to tell you more about Suncross Publications. If you give me about 15 minutes or so, I will tell you why writers aren't talking about our free guide. So, a few words about our company, Suncross Publications. Suncross Publications was established to provide an outlet for books that advance the literature of classical, supernatural horror in the tradition of Edgar Allan Poe, Sheridan Le Fanu, M.R. James, Arthur Machen, H.P. Lovecraft, and other greats, with an emphasis on settings not often treated in the fiction of the macabre and offered as a contribution to a great tradition. Though this tradition is narrow, it's a memorable part of all human storytelling. So the logo of our company is basically the cross of the zodiac. The equal-armed cross of elements. This is an ancient symbol, as powerful as the Christian cross, the swastika, the Star of David, the Egyptian ankh, and so on. The works of Suncross Publications fly in the face of mundane reality and are written as a resistance to the world of secular materialism and designed to transport the reader into a world that seems very real, but which crumbles when presented with unthinkable beings and phenomena. So this brings us back to, how do you become a better author and get published on Amazon, like Frank? Well, it starts by getting our free 36-page Writer's Craft Guide. Inside the guide, you'll find rhetorical devices, such as alliteration and how to use these devices effectively, transition phrases to form smooth connections between sentences in your writing, making your writing more logical and emotionally connected, a grammar explanation crash course, how to use all different aspects of grammar the correct way. This is a professional university-grade writing guide. It covers fundamentals such as grammar, spelling, syntax, punctuation, and all other aspects of clear, effective writing. This guide is indexed by topic. It's not like a hard copy book. It's easy to follow and implement. Your overall writing ability will improve drastically. So, how do you go about getting this guide? It starts by getting the Thayer mythos, but I'll speak to more on that in just a bit. So you may be wondering, why did Frank choose to create this Writer's Craft Guide, and why the focus on supernatural horror? So Frank Thayer's personal why, his motivation for creating Suncross Publications and this guide, is the literature of supernatural horror and its secret agenda. So Frank's life has always been about writing. Even though he's had a long career in education, he's even had the privilege of working in entertainment at one point. As a professor, he learned from his students. He's been a lifelong devotee, and as a devotee of supernatural horror, he studied personally. He was a mentee of August Derleth. August Derleth was in the original H.P. Lovecraft circle. He worked with Lovecraft to establish Arkham House Publishers. So it's a modest claim to say that Frank is an authority on the work of H.P. Lovecraft, and he spent much of his life studying it. So he employs the discipline of his advanced degrees to every story that he writes. His dedication was recognized early on when he showed his first novel to the publisher of Lovecraft's work. He was age 23. All he had really was his enthusiasm, and August Derleth offered not only his critique of his first story, but he continued a correspondence. He anthologized one of Frank's stories and invited Frank to a 2-day visit in Sauk City, Wisconsin in 1966, where he learned much about Arkham House and the writing of supernatural cosmic horror. So a little bit more about Frank's first story, The Black Cult. His first true novel was about 200 pages, and it was begun in 1963 with Arkham House in mind. So, Frank sent August Derleth the manuscript. When he returned it, August Derleth included a blunt critique, befitting a first effort of a 23-year-old wannabe. His constructive criticism helped lift his writing to a higher level, and a year later, one of Frank's stories, The Family Tree, was accepted for a new anthology edition called Travelers by Night. That also included an original Lovecraft story. By the time this book was ready for bookstores in 1967, Derleth had invited me for this 2-day visit that we've already mentioned. During that time, Frank became a member of the latter-day Lovecraft Circle. Frank considers himself to be really the third tier of the Lovecraft Circle. So these are just some pictures of the edition, Travelers by Night, and you see there is Frank's story. There is Frank right there on the back cover. And these are some, well, the original letters that Frank sent to August Derleth. You see here the Arkham House publisher letterhead. And yes, this is his correspondence, considering himself again to be the third tier of the circle. So a little bit more about the history of cosmic horror. So being a student of August Derleth, Frank has learned much about the meaning. Stories of black magic and merely human evil do not open the gates of cosmic horror. As Derleth told Frank himself, the fiction of Lovecraft went beyond mere black magic. And stories such as The Case of Charles Dexter Ward, which, by the way, assisted posthumously by Derleth, show the opening of the gates to a dark dimension that may well be an example of beyond good and evil, as discussed by Nietzsche. Thus, cosmic horror creates in the reader a sense of awe, as well as an underlying level of terror. We all have moments when we sense that existence is more wondrous and horrible than we can imagine. Our personal fates are as nothing in the face of a universe that is beyond our conception. Lovecraft created such a mood, and we can all do likewise. So back to our writer's guide. If you'd like to read more about cosmic horror and everything that I've just discussed, you can check us out on our main page. This is just the video version for those who may be a little bit too lazy to read. But anyways, inside the Thayer mythos, where you'll get our free 36-page report, you'll find this, and this is a picture of the mythos here. Oops. These are some testimonials, which again you can read on the main page. You'll get The Vampire of San Vicente in our anthology edition. This is a newspaper testimonial, so more testimonials. You'll get Terror Tales of the Southwest as well. Here is another newspaper testimonial. You also get the Cobston trilogy. You'll also get The Whispering Darkness. You'll also get Frank's newer release, A Taste of Salt, and several bonus stories, including The Ranch House, The Town of Las Pulgas, Black as Jet, Scarlet as Blood, and An Ordinary Woman. You'll also get the pre-order claim on all audiobook versions of the novels, so that's a $60 value, and all the digital copies of the books, a $48 value, plus a 1-hour Skype call with Frank himself to discuss whatever you'd like as regards writing, plus free shipping. So in total, that brings the value to about $380 or so. We're selling the Thayer Mythos as a bundle right now for $130. That's about a 67% discount. You may be wondering why this cheap. And this is again here just a recap of everything that you'll get in the bundle. Well, why this cheap? Halloween and Christmas are coming, and we want to clear out our backlog of inventory that we have at home. We have low stock though, of course. Well, in all seriousness, it's our gift to you. It's our palliative soul ointment for you during these troubled times. Since 2020 And well, really right now, it's been a rough couple of years for everyone. You will be educated and entertained along the way. So only by getting the Thayer Mythos will you be able to download our guide about how to be a better author from a PhD expert that's published on Amazon.com. If you haven't done so already, the page should pull up a light box. Please subscribe for our newsletter where you'll get updates about our works, writing tips, and free exclusive content, and much more. You can also check us out on social media, and please join us on the forum for discussion. Discussion will be amongst a community of like-minded individuals interested in writing. Lastly, Suncross Publication now offer niche publishing services, so we will work with you to publish whatever you'd like. Please just send us an email at suncrosspublications@gmail.com. And thank you for listening.